So it is officially Black Friday week 2022, and with that, we now have full details from all of the major retailers on the different sales and deals that will be taking place for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch games. And while we've already broken down on the channel Nintendo's direct discounts that they actually offer across the board, regardless of where you're buying these games at, there are actually a number of retailers that are offering better deals on those same titles, in addition to different games that weren't a part of Nintendo's discounts at all. And in today's video, we have to round up all of the major retailers and their Black Friday sales for Nintendo Switch related games, being GameStop, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and Amazon, and break down the best prices from all these different retailers on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch games right now. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below. Hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. As I mentioned, guys, today we are looking at all of the different major retailers and their Black Friday pricing on both the Nintendo Switch console itself, as well as the games that they are offering discounts on for Black Friday season 2022. And we are going to start right away with GameStop, which will be doing the traditional Nintendo Switch bundle that you've probably already seen highlighted in years past. I'm definitely ready for Nintendo to do a different promotion, and honestly, they should be discounting the OLED, in my personal opinion, at this point, with how old this hardware is and how long it's been around. Like, yeah, we're about to be in the full 6th year of the Nintendo Switch being on the market, and I do think that we could argue that it's time to see a better discount on the more premium model, which of course is that OLED, which is only enhanced for handheld play. It is the same experience when it comes to the dock play, but you will have that traditional deal of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe digitally included with the base model Switch for $299, plus a new Nintendo Switch online membership for 3 months, and that is just the base tier, not the expansion pack, which I have a full buying guide on the channel recently, just a few days back, on Nintendo Switch Online, for basically the expansion pack versus the base tier, in case you're shopping for somebody else and you don't know a whole lot about what that service has to offer. But these are all standard price when it comes to console hardware. Then you start to get into some of the games, and of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection is fantastic for classical Turtles fans that grew up with the old school games. It's a collection of all the old ones at $25 right now, discounted from its regular retail of $40, is great, and honestly a steal for some classic Turtles games that I think are a ton of fun to this day, and they just recently released, so to get a discount on a recently released game is great. Pokemon Sword marked down to $39. I believe Shield is as well somewhere, whether it's on the list or not, I can't quite see here, but you can get either one of those. Arguably, they run better than what we see with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet right now, due to some terrible bugs and glitches that are going on with those that people have found out after release. They just need more development time, but that is $20 off the regular retail of $60. Sonic Frontiers is a brand new release, and I just spent $60 on this game, and you can get it for $39 from most of these retailers. I believe that Walmart may be doing it at $29, but I also don't know if that was a glitch on part of their early sale. So check Walmart for Sonic Frontiers before you go buy it anywhere else, in case it is $29. But otherwise, $39 is a fantastic price for a very recent 3D Sonic game that I'm having a ton of fun with. It's honestly the best 3D Sonic I think you can say in years, hands down. New Pokemon Snap, a 2022 game release, also $20 off at GameStop right now. And then they're going to have some deals on used Nintendo Switches also that are sometimes discounted, so make sure you take a look into that if it's not a big deal that they're new. Then you have Persona 5 Royal, which this game has been around on other platforms for quite a while, but is brand new to the Nintendo Switch within the last few months, if I'm not mistaken. That is half price from its $60 down to $29, and that is a classical JRPG with a very cool, unique, story-driven style of gameplay, and I do think that it's worth looking into at 50% off right now on the Switch. By the way, the Switch is the perfect platform for that game. The portable play factor is definitely a game changer. Then you have Pokemon Brilliant, or Shining Pearl rather. You also have Brilliant Diamond. Both of these, for some reason, different prices when they're really the same game, but the two different versions. So you have $39 for Shining Pearl if you want that edition, or $34.99 for Brilliant Diamond, which would be the better price. And unless you need the exclusive Pokemon from one or the other, I would just pick up the cheaper one, unless you really want both. But those are both notable discounts for remakes of classic DS or 3DS Pokemon games. I believe DS Pokemon games that came out. So yeah, Diamond and Pearl were DS. So, you know, you get those on the Switch, which is fantastic. So both notable discounts there. Animal Crossing New Horizons, I believe one retailer, I can't remember who right now, was doing it for $29.99. But GameStop does have that for $39 currently. Smash Bros on the list for some reason, but still full price. And then Mario plus 3D World Bowser's Fury. I wish we saw some different discounts on those titles. They're not discounted through GameStop. They may or may not be at the different retailers we'll talk about briefly. Mario Rabbids plus Sparks of Hope, very recent release. No deal on GameStop, but it did say deal there, so maybe they're doing something. I know Target is doing the $10 off Target card for that game, so that's where I would pick up that one for sure, because it's at least a $10 savings that you can turn around and spend in other places. Mario Party Superstars, $39 on GameStop. That one's also $29 on other retailers we'll talk about. Zelda Skyward Sword, fantastic pickup. And any 3D Zelda fans out there, just Zelda fans in general, if you like Breath of the Wild, it's a very different style game, but it's truly the origin story for the Legend of Zelda series. And the fact that you can play with either motion or button control is great. And I definitely recommend looking into that one at a $40 price point. Then you have Pokemon Shield, that is on the list, $34.99. So even a better discount than what we saw on Pokemon Sword. Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't look like there's any discount there. A lot of these you'll see in the red with the pricing discount. Zelda Breath of the Wild, you can find this at $29. I think it's at Walmart that we'll go through. So some of these games you want to hold off and get them at other retailers if possible. Not to mention, you can order all this stuff online. So I recommend, I'll have all these different retailers linked in the description down below. So I would definitely recommend going through the list yourself and comparing before you submit an order with one retailer versus another. You might very well find a better price at one on the same game than another one does. You have Diablo 3 Eternal on the Switch for $25, notably there. Zelda Link's Awakening, $37.99. We've seen better prices on that. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe it was $39. I can't remember if we saw that one at $29 on a different previous video when we talked about deals, but that's a 2D Zelda adventure, which is fantastic, remade, and definitely highly recommend looking into that as well. Then you have $25 for Sonic Colors Ultimate, arguably one of the better 3D Sonic games, and it was also recently released. And this is, of course, a port from the Wii, but I do think it's worth having as a Sonic fan if you really are into 3D style Sonic games. It's one of the better ones out there. NBA 2K23 is $29 right now at GameStop. That's half price, so maybe worth looking into for sports fans out there. DreamWorks Dragons, $25. We'll start to kind of breeze through more of these here. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, it shows $44.99. I think that's still being sold for $60 in a lot of cases. Maybe it's for standard price at $44 for GameStop, but that's one that's worth looking into as well, because that's a ton of fun. I actually really enjoyed those Let's Go games, remakes of the original Pokemon games from back in the Game Boy era. Then you have Splatoon 2, which of course now we have 3 out at a $60 retail, but the previous one, if you don't want to spend the full $60 to test out if you enjoy the gameplay style, they're pretty similar when it comes to the multiplayer, although I'm sure a lot of the hardcore fans have all shifted to number 3 online, but you can probably still find matches, and $29 is not a bad price for Splatoon 2. Metroid Dread, while it's typically $60, it's $44.99 on this ad. It doesn't show it's a deal, but I believe it is. This one is a fantastic pickup at $44, especially physically, and a great 2D Metroidvania experience. Like, literally had so much fun with that game. Probably one of my favorite games, maybe my very favorite of 2021 as far as when that one was released. Top tier, absolutely great action adventure platformer. Boss battles, you name it, it has it all. Shin Megami Tensei 5, half price. That's been on numerous different retailers. You can find that deal, which is great for a JRPG. You have Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is the previous to Sparks of Hope. There's a much better deal on getting this game digitally with Sparks of Hope on one of the retailers. It might be Target, it might be Walmart, but we'll look at that in just a second. Eastward on Nintendo Switch, a great indie game, but you can pick it up physically, and then that is $25. Yoshi's Crafted World, $39, and you can kind of see the rest on here. Pokken Tournament DX, that's $34. That of course was like a launch game for the Switch, or close to. It originally came out on the Wii U, but they ported it over like they have so many other Wii U games, but a lot of fun for a Pokemon fighting style game. Super Mario Maker 2, $39. Then you have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. I had a ton of fun with that game, and it's honestly a great port of it on the Switch at $25 instead of $40. That's worth picking up. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is one that any classical 2D platformer style game fans out there, you need to pick this up. It's arguably 2D platforming done at its best. We will stop here on the third page for GameStop so we can get into some of the other deals, and we'll highlight some of the games, but you will notice a lot of repeats. And so what I was just referencing, I'm glad we are now on Best Buy's website. There is a free digital game for Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle when you buy Sparks of Hope. So you do have to pay the full retail price of $60 for Sparks of Hope, but that is a very recent release, and then you get the previous iteration of it with a digital redemption code. They are also advertising, of course, the traditional Switch bundle, and you can get $20 off of all of these first-party Nintendo games, but all of these can be found more at the $29.99 price if you shop around at different retailers. So Best Buy doesn't have the best price on Breath of the Wild, Mario Party Superstars, or Animal Crossing New Horizons, so keep that in mind when we're talking about this. Now, you have a lot of different like $25 games that they highlight here, which many of them are ones we've already been through, but you do have, if you like Crash games, all of those are on discount for Best Buy. So you also have Sonic Mania and then Sonic Team Racing, a 2-in-1 bundle pack at $25. Same deal on Sonic Colors. You have that. Monster Hunter Rise, which is a great action RPG style game, where you can play online with friends, you can play solo, but it is so much fun and so many hours of gameplay to be had, not to mention their recent DLC expansion pack. That's a steal at $25 and one of the better looking games on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of fun to play. And you also have a double pack of Sonic Forces plus Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD on the Switch, which, you know, if you like those games, it's 2 for 1, and at $25, that's definitely not a bad price. They also have a ton of deals on the Lego library of games. I most recently super enjoyed Lego Star Wars and the Skywalker Saga for the Switch, and I think it's a great, honestly, this is the complete Star Wars story. So all 9 movies, I could take or leave the last 7 through 9, but 1 through 6 I've thoroughly invested in and just had a ton of fun playing these games. It is a Lego game. You will know what to expect if you've played any of those, but it's really done well, and the way that they add in their comedy into the Star Wars universe, I think that's by far and away the best Star Wars Lego game we've seen so far, and at $29.99 it's worth picking up in my personal opinion. You have the same deal on a TMNT, the Cowabunga collection, and then you also have Sonic Frontiers at $40 on Best Buy. So you kind of get a theme here of a lot of the same games being discounted. This is one that we will point out on Target. So again, Sparks of Hope, if you don't need Kingdom Battle, you might as well get Sparks of Hope at Target because it's the only one that has a $10 gift card when you purchase it. So essentially you're getting the game for $50 instead of $60. So a small savings there. Mario Party Superstars, this is Target. This is where they beat the other guys on the pricing that we just talked about. Superstars is $29.99 at Target. Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a must-own from, I mean, I can't say that enough. It is a must-own for any Nintendo Switch owner out there. Pick up this game. It is truly a masterpiece. Zelda open world for the first time. Fully 10 out of 10 recommend. That is $29.99 at Target, which is the best price that we have seen that game sold at brand new so far. Sonic Frontiers, $39.99. I believe Wal-Mart still has that at $29, so keep that in mind. We'll double check on that. Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3, you have at $29. You have $39 for Skyward Sword HD, so just slightly, a couple bucks higher than what it was at either Best Buy or GameStop that we just talked about. FIFA 23 marked down to $29. Animal Crossing New Horizons at $39. Somebody has that game for $29 though. Sonic Colors Ultimate also $24.99. A lot of these games you'll see doubles of. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhoodville, $20. Then you have Lego Brawls, $25. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Tokyo 2020 at $29 rather than its $49 retail. Then you have Hot Wheels Unleashed on the Switch, which this is a fun game. It's for some reason they went realistic for the racing style of Hot Wheels, which, like, I grew up with the N64 Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. I wanted it to be unrealistic, but it's still kind of fun to race around as Hot Wheels cars, and that is a pretty good price at $20 for that game. It Takes Two was recently ported to the Switch. This won Game of the Year last year in 2021, and it's a fantastic co-op adventure to go through with a friend. Really unique puzzles and things, but the Switch is honestly a decent port from what I can tell. Definitely has some graphical downside compared to how it looks on other platforms, but $29.99, not a bad price for that. Nier Automata is actually one that I guess they say see pricing in cart. So many different retailers. I think it's going to be at Walmart that we talk about next. They do have that game discounted, and that's a fantastic port of PS4 title originally, but then it's made it to other platforms, and now on the Switch with portable play is great and definitely worth checking out. Pac-Man World Repack just recently came out, and it's only sold at $29.99 regular price, but it is only $20 now, and this is actually, I believe, a PS1 port that they have, so kind of remade and remastered. I did not play it originally, but seems like it might be a fun one. Big brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. I wanted to call it Brain Age so bad because from the 3DS or DS games, but that's only $20. And then you have No Man's Sky, a game that's really had a huge overhaul on the Switch recently with updates and things. That is now $39.99 instead of its regular $60 retail, so not a bad price on any of those. We'll double check the second page and make sure there's nothing else that really pops out. I believe Target's sale kind of falls off real quickly. $14.99 for Rabbids, the Legends of Party of the Legends, or Party of Legends on Rabbids. That's like an original Rabbids game before Mario crossover started, and their partnership with that. I would probably skip that one personally. This Atari collection is actually pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, it has some Atari Jaguar games on there and might be worth looking into for big Atari fans, that if you grew up with all those classic games, you want to re-experience some of them. $29.99. This is a very recent release, so $10 off, not a bad deal there. You have like the deluxe edition of Sparks of Hope, I guess, that's also getting a small discount. But many of these other ones, Demon Slayer has a video game, and that's $20 off right now. Grand Prix Paw Patrol, if you got a kid, I don't know anything about Paw Patrol, but I think they're pretty popular with the kids, so that's $24.99 or half price right now. The Mario Kart Live Super Circuit, that's another one that everybody's doing a discount on because that's a Nintendo level discount to begin with. Dragon Ball The Breakers Special Edition, it's like a story-driven survival Dragon Ball game. That's $20 instead of its regular $30. I thought that game was actually launched at $50 though, so I guess they've already kind of discounted it down. It's probably not selling the best. It looks kind of strange whenever you look at it. Link's Awakening is $39.99 on Target also, which is not a bad deal. From here, we will quickly hop into Walmart, which does have some of the best prices on these games that we've talked about so far. They are starting November 21st, and I believe that is actually for their Walmart Plus members. You might be able to order without it, so double check that just in case on their website if you can get it without being a Walmart Plus member. But regardless, all the pricing goes live on the 25th. If for some reason it is not live for you on the 21st, WarioWare Get It Together, $35. Sonic Forces, only $10. It's not the best Sonic game. Really a lot of problems with it. A lot of people are not a fan, but $10 is not a bad deal for any Switch game out there. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is $25 on the Switch. $29.99 for Mario Party Superstars here at Walmart, so that's again a better deal than certain other ones that you can look into. Big Brain Academy, you have $25 with Walmart. Immortals Phoenix Rising, some of these are PlayStation 5 games though that you do have on $20, which honestly if you have a PS5 they're going to look better on that, but you won't have the portable play of course. But some other discounts that you have on here, Burnout Paradise Remastered, $14.88. And then you have Zelda Link's Awakening, $29 here. So this is by far and away the best price on Link's Awakening. So don't buy it anywhere else. All the other lists we've seen that discounted to. $29 is by far the best price. That's an additional $10 savings, what we've seen anywhere else. Then you have Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, which is the most recent Super Monkey Ball game, for $15 at Walmart. Jumanji is $15. Then you have Demon Slayer for $35 here. So a little bit more discounted than what we saw at Target. Then you have Fire Emblem Three Hopes, which is basically, or Fire Emblem Warriors Three Hopes, which is essentially a warrior style beat 'em up game with a ton of enemies on screen at $35. Not a bad price at all, considering that's a very recent release. Monster Hunter Rise at $20. I think also the best price on Monster Hunter Rise, so buy that at Walmart if you're picking it up anywhere. $15 for a Cars racing game. Then Shin Megami Tensei 5, $25 here. Bravely Default 2, $35 at Walmart. And then many of the other repeat ones. Animal Crossing New Horizons, Walmart is the one that has $29 price point on that, so that is the best deal on that particular game. Zelda Breath of the Wild, same deal, $29, also the best pricing on that. And Link's Awakening, I think, is on the list twice because I just said that, but also $29. $20 for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which I think even the image shows like that pack where you get the extra little Sonic figure that comes with it. So $20 for that is honestly a steal at Walmart if you can find that there. Order it online if you can, or go into a store if you need to. So that's Walmart's highlights very quickly. Now when you look, Sonic Frontiers was not on the list, so I searched this up and put it in a new tab. I did verify this is $29 at Walmart starting on November 21st. So brand new Sonic game, 3D, like $29 at Walmart. That's a steal. Get it here. This is all versions, so if you do own other consoles and you want the superior graphics and frame rate. I'm going to pick this up for the PS5 myself at $29 because it's that good of a price. I've already bought it for $60 on the Switch. I'm going to spend an extra $30 on it and have more fun with the frame rate when I'm at home versus I can maybe still play it on the Switch, but that is a crazy price for such a recent game that I already had just spent $60 on. So a little bit conflicted on that one. I'm like, it's such a good deal, but I kind of got screwed. But anyway, we'll briefly talk about Amazon. Their deals are much more spread out, and they also have some of the worst prices on these existing games we've talked about, other than Three Hopes being somewhat comparable. But they have Superstars for $44, and then they have Animal Crossing New Horizons $39. Not bad there. Link's Awakening on Switch $52. Some of this might be because they're sold out on the Prime inventory, because I'm noticing the ones with the higher price are not Amazon Prime. So that might be kind of what's actually going on at the time of filming this video. Still go check out their link and search any games on Amazon, because they may be price matching all of the other deals out there. And if you have Prime, you know, you're going to get it immediately. So it's worth looking into, but they also don't have like the most clear cut list that we can scroll through and talk about. They have like a ton of everything all kind of thrown onto the screen. So I will let you guys do more of your own research on the games for Amazon, but I definitely think that objectively as a whole, Target has some of the best prices on these games, and Walmart is really the one that I think for most of the titles across the board has the heaviest discount and the best price. GameStop's not bad either, so I would keep it between those three mainly. Best Buy, most of their stuff is higher, so there's a lot of different deals to keep up with. But I want to hear from you guys at this point in the video if you're planning on taking care of business with Christmas shopping on any of these Black Friday window deals. Are you looking to add any games to your personal collection? Are you shopping for somebody else? So share all your thoughts and feelings on everything we talked about today in the comments down below before you leave the video, as I do look forward to getting a back and forth conversation started with you all around this topic. Go watch yesterday's video next if you haven't already, which is on screen right now. Also make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next video.